Your growth journey starts now. Habits in motion for game changers who don't sit still.
Let's kick things off with one of my favorite quotes. Quality means doing it right when no one is looking. That's from Henry Ford, and honestly, it's just as true today as it was when assembly lines first started rolling. In the trades, quality isn't just a buzzword, it's the foundation of everything we do. How we work, how we're perceived, and really how we feel about the job when it's done.
Yeah, like it's sort of what separates the pros from the, I guess that'll do crowd. You know what I'm saying? Because clients, they might not have the trained eye to know exactly what's off, but they'll feel it. And when something doesn't feel right, that's when you lose them.
Exactly. Quality is care, it's intention, it's knowing that along with the nuts and bolts of the job, you're delivering an experience, one that leaves people proud, not second guessing. Let me give you an example. Picture a landscaping crew wrapping up on a Friday afternoon. They're behind schedule, it's hot, they want to clock out, but the crew leader spots something, the bed lines are uneven.
Wait, I can see it. He's like, oh, no, we're not leaving this like that.
Exactly, and here's how that might play out.
All right, tools down, let's load. Wait, hold up, guys. This curve here, that line's way off. That's not us.
And there's always someone in the crew who's thinking,
who even cares? The client probably won't notice.
But then the leader says, maybe not, but her neighbor might. And either way, we will notice. If we don't care now, when do we start? That right there isn't just fixing an uneven line. It's setting a tone. It's a quality moment.
And those moments add up, man. It's the difference between crews who are just doing another job and ones who are building something worth showing off. That ripple effect is real.
So true. And here's what I've learned over time. Clients don't always remember us for the big things. They remember the little stuff, the seamless beat of caulking on a remodel, the way an HVAC team leaves the basement spotless. It's those small details that stick.
Oh, I got one for you. I had a client call me once, out of the blue, just to say how clean my crew left their site. They were genuinely shocked we swept up. It was such a small thing, but to them, totally unexpected.
There it is. That's quality. It's going beyond what's required to create something memorable. And the best part, it's as much about pride in your work as it is about impressing the client. When it's done right, it's work worth pointing at every single time.
All that talk about pride in our work reminds me of those days when you're up against it. Trucks are loaded, GPS is going haywire, and the clouds are rolling in. And you're standing there asking yourself, do we really have time to make this perfect?
Right. That's when shortcuts look tempting. But the real challenge, what separates a good crew from an exceptional one, is sticking to your standard no matter what's going on around you. The truth is, quality under pressure isn't just desired, it's essential.
Totally, but man, it's not easy. I've seen crews straight up arguing between get it done fast and do it right. And honestly, that's where leadership makes or breaks the situation.
Exactly. And here's where tools like quality callouts come in. Think about starting Mondays by shouting out a specific win from last week, like, hey, remember how clean those bed lines looked on that last site? That's what we're aiming for. It's small, but it sets a tone.
Yeah, man, positive reinforcement works, and honestly, it's better than just barking at your crew because they missed something. But what about when you're in crunch mode? No time for pep talks. We're behind and the client's pacing their driveway.
That's the perfect time for a quick moment-to-Zoom conversation. Ask the crew leader, if this was your mom's yard, would you leave it like this? Not about guilt, it's about pride. And a little perspective goes a long way, even when you're rushed.
I might have to steal that line. Though if I ever said that to my guys, I'd probably throw in pizza. Straight up, fix it and lunch is on me. Bribery? Sorta, but it works.
Hey, there's no shame in motivation through food. I've done it myself, showed up on a site with coffee and a checklist. It's amazing what a small reward does for morale and accountability.
For real. And you know what else helps? Simplifying the checklist. Don't just tell crews to keep quality in mind. Nah, break it down. Bed lines, site cleanup, fixture alignment. You got to make it easy to, measure and repeat.
Absolutely. The more specific you are, the more consistent the outcome. And it all ties back to culture. When quality becomes second nature, even under pressure, it's because you've built accountability into every step of the process. And that's exactly where leadership steps in, embedding accountability and consistency until it becomes second nature. So how do we, as leaders, really establish that culture of excellence in our teams? Quality, it isn't something you just tell people to care about. You've got to show it, live it, and call it out when you see it in action.
Right, it's all about those everyday moments. When a crew leader takes a second to say, hey, this is how you knock it out of the park. That stuff sticks, man.
Exactly. I call those quality moments. There are those little opportunities where you can stop and set the standard, both for the job and for the crew. It's not about lecturing, it's about using that moment to coach and to model excellence.
Totally. And honestly, leading by example is just killer in this. Like, I had a guy on my crew once, one of those it's good enough types, and instead of nagging him about details, I started grabbing a rake myself and showing him how I wanted it done. After a couple of jobs like that, it clicked for him. He started checking his own work because he didn't want to let the crew down.
That's huge, Jake, because what you're doing is building pride. When a leader rolls up their sleeves, it's not just about fixing a task. It's about earning mutual respect and showing that quality isn't negotiable.
And you know what's crazy? It's infectious. Like, your crew starts to think, if our leader cares this much, maybe I should care more too. It's a domino effect.
Absolutely. And let's not forget, every time you reinforce that sense of care, that pride in the work, you're building a culture that attracts the right kind of people. People who want to get things right, who want to leave their own mark of excellence. That in turn feeds referrals, repeat clients, and honestly, just a better work environment for everyone.
It's a win-win, bro. And I love what you said earlier. It's not always about pointing out what's wrong, but celebrating what's done right. You walk onto a site on Monday morning and say, that bedline last week? Straight fire. Let's keep bringing that energy. That small call-out sets the tone.
It really does. And here's the thing. Quality isn't tough when you go slow. Quality under pressure, that's leadership. That's culture. It's about making good enough, well, not good enough, every time.
And you can't fake it, man. Crews see right through lip service. You gotta walk the walk. Whether you're raking mulch lines, aligning brick borders, or, resweeping a driveway when no one asked, it's those small actions that build trust and respect.
Exactly. And those are the leaders who leave a legacy, not just a job site. When your name is associated with excellent work, it makes people stop and notice. And it's not just about clients, it's about the crew knowing that they're a part of something that's bigger than just a paycheck.
Man, if we could sum it all up, leave it like your name's on it. Unless your name is Hot Mess Express, then maybe step it up. Quality is not just a task, it's an attitude.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And on that note, that wraps up this episode of the Leadership Pillars series. Next week, we're tackling dependability, how to create crews that show up, stand tall, and deliver every time.
And trust me, you don't want to miss it. Dependability might not sound flashy, but it's the backbone of every high-performing team. Oh, and don't forget, if you've got challenges or stories around quality, hit us up. We're building this show around what you need.
That's right. And until next time, remember, don't just lead the work, lead the standard. See you next episode on Habits in Motion.
One habit, one shift, one win at a time. Keep moving with Habits in Motion. See you next time.